The P30 Pro is the latest Huawei's flagship and it offers quite a few features including a powerful quad camera setup. In this video, I wanted to compare the P30 Pro to the Huawei's Mate series flagship, the Mate 20 Pro. First of all, the price. The Mate 20 Pro is about $200 cheaper than the P30 Pro. I will leave a few product links down below the video. In terms of design, both phones look beautiful and expensive. However, they are very similar due to pretty much the same design language, metal frame and glass on the front and rear. The key differences are that the Mate 20 Pro is slightly shorter and narrower. Also, it has more pronounced rounded edges. Thus, it's more comfortable to hold in the hand, but I might be a little bit subjective here. The Huawei P30 Pro has a slightly larger display with a tiny teardrop notch but with lower resolution than the Mate 20 Pro screen that has a large notch. In practice, both displays are really good and it's hard to tell who is a clear winner. However, I would go with the Mate 20 Pro's panel as it has a higher resolution and slightly punchier colors, but the difference between this phone and the P30 Pro is negligible. Another key difference, the camera setup. The Mate 20 Pro was one of the first flagships to bring triple cameras, and the P30 Pro brings a quad camera setup with periscope zoom lens, optical image stabilization, and plenty of megapixels. On the front, the P30 Pro has a beefier selfie shooter, more on image quality in just a bit. Huawei removed the in-call speaker on the P30 Pro. Instead, they use a magnetic suspension system where the sound is manufactured through the vibrations of the screen. So far, the call quality has been really good and it is comparable to the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Huawei also removed an LED notification light from the P30 Pro, whereas the Mate 20 Pro still has this feature. Both devices have in-display fingerprint scanners, but I found that the P30 Pro has a faster and more reliable reader. On the other hand, the Mate 20 Pro uses a dedicated sensor for faster and more secure facial recognition. Both phones have an IR blaster and they are IP68 certified for water and dust resistance. However, neither phone has a headphone jack. Last but not least, the Mate 20 Pro has a dual stereo speaker system, whereas the P30 Pro has just one bottom firing speaker. Even though you can clearly hear that the sound is coming out just from the right side, the P30 Pro speaker delivers a bit more balanced sound and much better volume output. Here are a few audio samples. When it comes to hardware, both devices run on the same Kirin 980 chipset, but the P30 Pro has more storage options. Gaming performance is equally great on each device thanks to a lot of processing power and good optimization. Both phones have Huawei skin, but the P30 Pro runs on the EMUI 9.1, whereas the Mate 20 Pro runs on 9.0 version. In practice, you can't really see any difference. The UI is packed with features, customization options, but most importantly, both devices are ridiculously fast and fluid even after installing plenty of apps. Check out my Mate 20 Pro review where I cover the EMUI in detail. The overall image quality is quite similar, but we have a slightly different image processing. Both phones are capable of taking gray daylight pictures. Well, some pictures may look a bit sharper and better on the P30 Pro, while other shots look nicer or comparable on the Mate 20 Pro, so I can't really distinguish a clear winner. Tell me in the comment section what you think. Also, wide-angle pictures look a tad better on the P30 Pro as I found them to be a little bit sharper. Again, it's not always the case as the Mate 20 Pro takes comparable images. Obviously, the Huawei's latest phone kills the Mate 20 Pro when it comes to zoom. Pictures are much sharper and have more detail, and you simply can't beat the P30 Pro's 5x optical, 10x hybrid, and 50x digital zoom. The Mate 20 Pro offers 3x optical and 5x hybrid zoom. Low-light pictures look cleaner and a bit more detailed on the P30 Pro. However, the Mate 20 Pro tends to deal better with harsh light. Also, I found the night mode to be a little bit more mature in some shots, but I'm sure that the P30 Pro will catch up or even surpass the Mate phone with a future software update. Wide-angle pictures in low light are usually a little bit brighter on the P30 Pro, but again, some shots look pretty similar. Naturally, the P30 Pro is much better in low light when it comes to telephoto cameras. Selfie pictures look sharper and slightly better on the P30 Pro due to a higher megapixel count, whether you take them using auto or portrait mode. Night selfies, however, look better on the Mate 20 Pro. Also, I don't like a weird yellow tint produced by the P30 Pro's selfie camera. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure this will be fixed with the future software updates. 4K video looks better on the P30 Pro. The footage has more detail, video stabilization is very good, and switching between all camera lenses is smoother. The Mate 20 Pro can also produce nice looking video, but the main issue is that once you start switching between different cameras, there are some autofocus issues. The Mate 20 Pro selfie camera produces better video. On the other hand, the P30 Pro produces cleaner and more balanced audio. For more camera samples, check out my Facebook page and be the judge. Handheld video, I'm standing here in the shade. Today's lighting conditions are great, and I'm comparing the quality of video with the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, Huawei P30, Huawei P20 Pro, the Mate 20 Pro, and some other phones. So the reason why I'm recording this video is because I'm comparing the quality of footage with the brand new P30 Pro, P30, also with the P20 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. So I've already mentioned that the call quality is good on both devices. Also, signal reception is excellent, GPS and Wi-Fi works well, and finally, both phones have plenty of sensors. Both devices have 4200 mAh battery, and both of them perform equally well. Depending on how you use the device, you should expect to get from 7 to over 10 hours of screen on time. Both phones can be recharged in just about 1 hour, and there are wireless and reverse wireless charging features. So there we have it, the Huawei P30 Pro versus the Mate 20 Pro. If you cannot decide which phone is best for you, or if you should upgrade to the P30 Pro from the Mate 20 Pro, here is a quick summary. You should choose the Mate 20 Pro because it's about $200 cheaper, it feels more comfortable to hold in the hand, well, at least for me, and the phone has a slightly better display with more pixels. Also, the Mate 20 Pro has an LED notification light, a dedicated sensor for faster and more secure facial recognition, and last but not least, the Mate 20 Pro still has great cameras and amazing battery life. If you are okay with paying at least a few $100 more, you need to buy the P30 Pro because of its amazing zoom camera capabilities, optical image stabilization, and slightly better overall image quality. You should also choose the P30 Pro if you want a slightly larger display with a smaller notch, faster and more reliable in-display fingerprint scanner, and better loudspeaker. I hope you found this comparison and summary useful, and if you did, please subscribe to the Tech Line as these videos take a really long time to make. Just before I sign out, I wanted to show you ACC wireless charger with desk organizer that costs just below $30, and I think it's a really neat gadget to have. First of all, it can charge compatible phones wirelessly so you can reduce clutter on your desk. Second, you can store quite a lot of stuff in it to make your workspace even neater. The organizer is also well built, it does not feel cheap at all, and it is made of antibacterial and moth-proof leather that is easy to clean. Even though the company is sponsoring this video, I can honestly say that I love using this organizer and I can easily recommend you to check out. You'll find the product as well as any other links down below the video. So what do you think about these Huawei phones? Which one would you choose? As always, drop me a comment down below, like the video if you liked it, follow me on social media for the latest updates, and as always, it was Linus, thank you for watching and see you soon.